La CAN totale 2019, donc le Cameroun va affronter les Comores. Ce sera donc samedi prochain à 16h au stade AVANT. Donc le coach va échanger avec vous pendant 30 à 40 minutes. Vous connaissez le principe, vous vous présentez, vous donnez le nom de l'organe pour lequel vous travaillez et vous posez une question. Pas de questions à 2, à 3 ou à 4 volets. Nous avons 30 ou 40 minutes à passer ensemble et vous êtes à peu près une trentaine. Donc il faudrait que chacun d'entre vous ait la possibilité de poser une question. Et si possible, si une réponse a déjà été donnée à la question que vous souhaitiez poser.
National station. Coach, I have one question. When we when you observe your list, we see that there are no home-based players. Whereas there are quite a few of them that I can think of who've been excellent this season. There are no home-based players. Yes. So there are quite a few of them I can think of. There's Simon Musola, who's a goalkeeper for Kodongspor of Garoua. There is Ekolo Malolo, who's been great as a forward for Dragon FC. There is also Itabawa, who's been a good defender for Kodongspor. So why no home-based players in your list?
I appreciate your scouting skills, first of all. We need that. We have obviously, I think from day one, given very clear indications of the level of players that we want to have. And with all the respect for the players that play in Cameroon, I think they are still far away from being able to play international football yet. Now, that doesn't mean that we are not planning to start to involve them, as we already did in the first camps with Akono, for example, who was here. But of course we need to prioritize, and at this moment we cannot do any more experiments, even if we were doing that before, because now we have an official qualification match that we need to do. But I appreciate the fact that there are talents here. We know that Cameroon is full of raw talent. But they need structure, they need experience, not on top level, but just experience in football in general, how to be professional, etc. And I think that the Federation and Cameroon football is working on that for the future, so that gap can be less and it can be easier to introduce them as well in the first team.
I'm actually working for the BBC, so I'll just keep going with my colleague of CRTV. In your contract, I don't know if it's stipulated right now that you have to stay in Cameroon. So if you're not supposed to select local player, why is it that they precise that you have to stay in Cameroon, since all these players you're selecting are living in Europe? Thank you.
Not success really, but for sure, I will repeat, the gap is really big between the players that are active in Cameroon and the ones who are playing in Europa League and Champions League. And I think for Cameroon, as a country, we want to have our best players representing the country. And I consider with my staff that the players that we've called today represent the best way possible Cameroon. That doesn't mean that we should not work on a future where the gap of the local football is less with the European football. If you remember, I even consider some leagues in the world not at the level that we should have for our players, because the goal should not only be CAN. The goal should be to become internationally respected again, and therefore you need to be able to compete on the international level, and therefore you need to have players that are doing that every week. So it's all a process, but no door is never closed. Actually we had, as I said in the first camps, we brought in some young players who were here and who are now trying to find a club in Europe as well. So we are following also local players who are in the beginning now of their career, even helping out sometimes, giving some good words left and right. But it's a process.
Vidéo, I work for the national television. My question is this. Well, this match with Comoros has been described as a match of no mistakes. I remember your very first press conference, you said that you are looking for the best. And when I do a random look at championships abroad, we discovered that Cameroon somehow, in some teams, are doing quite great. I'm referring to Francom of Esperance of Tunis, who in Africa is among the top 5 holding midfielders over there. He has won the Champions League. We have goalkeeper. That means that he has some value. They have some value. Now, when we look at your selection here, no new entries, and if at all you are presenting the best team, don't you think that these new names, these guys who are doing quite well, are supposed to be on your list? Or if you're selling the team in a way, can we have perhaps your reason for keeping them away?
Well, first you build a team, and the players need to integrate in the team. Then we have only a limited 23 players that we can call. And the players that have been called until now have continued to deserve their position. So if everybody's expecting every time to have new players, then we are the wrong coaches, because we're not going to build anything doing that. We are here in the interest of Cameroon football. And so we try to use the logics that we know that are important to build a team, and that is to give continuity to players to play together, which is something that with the national team is very difficult, because you only play once a month. Every time, now it's 4 months ago, last match. So introducing new elements every time means that you start almost from zero every time. And that is not how we want to build the future. I think that once we have achieved a certain level of cohesion, level of technical ability, then it's also easier for other players to come in eventually if they deserve it and if they can be part of it. And it's not only technical, we also think about what they mean in terms of leadership in a group. Carlos Kameni, he's not playing in his club, big problems with his club. But he's one of our main leaders. He's the most experienced player on the team. He brings so much value that despite the fact he is not playing, his importance to be part of this group is more important than one who is playing, because we have really 3 great goalkeepers. That doesn't close the door for other goalkeepers. But it's nothing against anybody. It's what we have seen, what we have found when we came in. And I think that everybody has seen the progress that we've made from day one. So, you know, we don't believe in just changing simply to change. And there are some new elements, actually. So we have a new element. And actually we'll have 2. Because now Oliver Gumal is also being called because Bauken got injured. And we call these players because we are constantly monitoring all the Cameroonian players around the globe. But only 23 can be called. And since the last match we played against Brazil, Morocco and Brazil, we are quite satisfied with the progress. We don't intend to just bring in new elements just for bringing in new elements. We want to build something solid for Cameroon. We want to leave something solid for Cameroon. And that's our mission and that's our goal. And now we have a situation that we cannot do experiments. We have a very fundamental match coming up, which of course until a few months ago was not the same importance. So we need to focus, and I think that even for new players to understand how we work, to get to know all these things, it's important to have a good solid base, and we are building that solid base, and we're quite satisfied with the progress.
je crois qu'il vient de l'Ukraine, que vous avez appelé, ça reste constant. Est-ce que c'est parce que vous n'êtes pas obligé de participer à la CAN 2019 ou alors parce qu'il y a des rumeurs incessantes qui disent que vous êtes sollicité ailleurs? Dites-nous un peu pourquoi vous nous laissez dans ce doute, parce qu'on doute même déjà pour le 23 mars prochain.
Cameroun Tribune. My English is not best, so I'll ask my question in French. Alors, nous sommes quasiment à la fin des éliminatoires. Est-ce que vous pensez que vous avez un maillot compétitif?
A little bit better, so working on it. Yes, I think we're very competitive. We have shown that in all the matches to be competitive. This is actually one of the key words that we always use, because everybody wants to win. But in order to win, you need to be competitive in everything we do, in the training, off the training, the discipline, and also the joy that we have together. And then when we get in the field, to work and fight for each other. And I think that has been better and better each match. And we feel very confident that we have a very competitive team at the moment, yes.
Par rapport à l'adversaire, on a vu le match aller, comment au Cameroun, vous avez eu beaucoup de difficultés à vous exprimer devant cette équipe. Il y avait des états du terrain qui étaient un peu pas conformes. Quand je regarde la dernière liste des 20 de Comores, je constate que le coach a axé sur un bloc défensif. Il a misé sur certains joueurs clés en attaque. Est-ce que vous allez prendre ça en considération? Parce que l'enjeu c'est quoi? Vous cherchez le nul et les Comores sont en train de chercher une victoire. Est-ce que dans votre tête vous dites, les Comores vous avez vu il y a quelques mois, ce n'est pas la même équipe qui arrive ici, et c'est une équipe qui arrive vraiment chère au regard également de son parcours tout au long de ces éliminatoires?
We prepare all matches, analyzing the adversary, in this case Comoros. Fortunately, we have played already one time against them. That helps, of course, also to understand things that can help us to prepare it. It is a completely different match. We are a completely different team. I think Comoros also got better in the qualifications. And it's a dangerous team. It's a team that has good players. They did good results against Morocco. They complicated their lives until the last minute of the match. So we are prepared to play the match to win. And as we have said from day one, that we wanted to end up being first in the group, which is still possible. So these are the two goals, and we're going to use everything that we have to prepare the match in a proper way.
Coach, when I look at the attackers you've called, Bahoken has scored 9 goals in 25 games. He's ruled out. Has scored just 3 goals in the entire qualifiers. Apparently, there is a goal drought in the national team. Is this something you're thinking about? And how do you intend to address the goal scoring problems that we've got in the team?
Create chances, and I think that's something we have done in all the matches. And I'm not really worried about that we will score goals. And it's not only about the strikers. We have a great air force, and I think that we should improve on our free kicks and corners that we have to have a better delivery, because that is something that we have analyzed from the start, and I think we need to work on that more, even if time is short. But we could take advantage of the great physical power we have and the length we have in the team. Scoring goals is, of course, the job for strikers, but as I said, to create chances, it's a team effort. And I think if we continue to produce the chances that we produce every match that we have played until now, that our goals will definitely also will come. If I see, unfortunately, that probably our hottest striker at the moment is not available, Toko. He's been really on fire in the last months, but this is football. We need to work with the guys we have, and I think that all these strikers have the capability, what we have seen even in training, to score good goals, to score real goals like strikers, so very confident.
Coach, est-ce que vous avez une nouvelle canadique? On a vu hier il est sorti sous blessure à la 30e minute. Est-ce que vous avez parlé avec lui, c'est lui pour savoir comment c'est cette situation?
We had communication yesterday after it happened. He was very disappointed. He wished us all the best of luck, of course. We called Captain instead, because before we made a list with 5 specific midfielders, and we have enough defenders to cover the loss of Kana. So we opted not to call another defender, which would bring a new element in the team, and we don't want to introduce a new element now in such an important line. When we have Ogene, we have Dawa, we have Michael, Guerrero, we have enough central defenders to cover that. And Kaptoum has shown progress. He has lately got more minutes with Betis, which is one of the top teams in Spain as well. He came with us in Brazil camp, Morocco Brazil camp, and so it's an opportunity for him as well to get more experience with us and train and be part of the progress and the process.
Monsieur l'entraîneur, il y a les cas Nicolas Mpoulou, Joël Matip qui jouent à un très haut niveau. Est-ce que vous avez quand même eu des discussions avec eux par rapport à leur retour au sein de l'équipe nationale?
A topic which, out of respect for these players, I won't enter in much detail. But what I can say is that we have done all our efforts to bring them back. Just to finalize one little thing, it is related to almost been hunting players that could come and play for Cameroon. And we stopped doing that from the camp of Morocco because now the focus is Can. And either you want to be part of Cameroon national team or not. And we're not going to chase people all the time. I think we have enough players with quality to be competitive. And I think we have shown all the respect and attention and interest for a large group of players that are still not deciding what to do for their future. So it's understandable, so I'm not criticizing their choices. We just need to respect it for what it is for now, and who knows what happens in the future.
Aux dernières nouvelles, la Fédération comorienne de football a entamé une procédure au TAS pour retirer les 2 prochaines éditions ou alors pour se qualifier le Cameroun des prochaines éditions de CAN, les 2 prochaines. Dans la dernière des Lions, est-ce que vous pouvez nous donner l'état du moral à l'heure actuelle? Est-ce que vous dites, parce que par ailleurs, ça ne relève pas de vos compétences, est-ce que vous dites, nous on fait notre job et le reste basta, ou alors vous tenez quand même à réitérer ça aujourd'hui?
Secondly, it's, I think we have a person here right next to me who can answer that question, which is more for the federation to answer than for us. We are focused on the match, and nothing really will influence us from the outside. I think that we're all professionals, and everybody has his own interest, but these are questions that are really for the federation administration.
Coach, I wish you the best, I wish you the best.
Sorry?
I wish you the best.
Thank you so much. We need it.
In case Cameroun is not qualified, what about your future with the tournament?
Oh, I think we'll tell, but for sure it's not an option in our mind. mind that we won't qualify. So, yeah, I don't know really what to say. This is not my way of thinking.
Les réponses à toutes les questions que vous vous posiez et que dans la suite vous pouvez faire bon usage de ce que vous avez reçu ici. Ce que vous pouvez retenir également, c'est que les entraînements de ce soir, de mardi et de mercredi, sont ouverts à la presse pour pouvoir échanger avec vous. Les séances d'entraînement de jeudi et de vendredi vont se dérouler à huis clos. Donc voilà exactement ce que, de manière essentielle, ce qu'on peut retenir. Les heures d'entraînement vous seront données chaque soir, mais sachez qu'on a en moyenne deux séances d'entraînement par jour, le matin et en début de soirée. Mais de manière précise, on va vous donner les horaires et les lieux. Ce n'est pas une conférence de presse. Les réponses aux questions que vous aimeriez nous poser, vous pouvez les poser après la conférence de presse. Merci.
Just one last thing from our side. First of all, always thank you for the warm welcome when we come here, and also that we are looking forward to the match altogether. We are all on a mission, I think, and it's important to have faith and believe in the players that we have chosen. I think it's very important to create a very positive energy around the team, because not qualifying would hurt everybody. So I think it's very important that you believe in each player that we have called, because for one reason or other, this player, in our opinion, can add value to our goal to qualify for this match. So we hope to have a full stadium and full support of you all during this week. And again, if there are any requests, please make it. We are available to try to make things happen for you as well. Yes? Thank you.
Merci.